Hey Dykes, this is Daphne from Of Darkness and Light. I want to talk about cognitive dissonance. You're retarded. You're a retard. You are riddled with retardation. What does that feel like? Are you angry at me? If I meant it? If you said something that I really disagreed with and I said, that's retarded, how would you feel? What's the better word for doing something bizarrely out of tune with rightness? Because you think it's right, because the world has trained you so. You're retarded, dude. I am too. Everybody's retarded. It's a fun thing to allow yourself to laugh into. Think about all the disabled people you've called retards. Think about calling me a retard. Call me a retard. How does it feel? Does it feel like projection of denial? If you can find the projection of denial feeling, you can stop hating me, because everything I write is meant to trigger that so you can then push through it and learn that everything behind it is the truth. I have the worst executive dysfunction. I have one person left in my life, and it is my ex, and that is other than my daughter. And I only get to see my daughter every once in a while. Tonight, my ex was bringing my daughter over, and I was maliciously cruel when they said something that was not of rightness. And they have their perspective, that's fine. I won't get into it. But it's something that doesn't make sense, except for in an emotional perspective of a human being. And I could not help but use the word that means the most literal sense, because I speak from my subconscious via executive dysfunction, and the world has turned me into this cruel beast that is trying to break down the cognitive dissonance, which disallows people from realizing I'm a genius who is not lying about how I cannot help myself, and I need people to stand up for me and know that I'm not making things up and I'm not dangerous. I just have words that are really, really nice. They're not kind. They're not mean. They're nice. Not in a racist way. The hand gesture. I just mean that's what nice means. And I think it's nice. I think it's pretty sweet to say stuff that's true, and to give people the benefit of the doubt that they can have a brain, dude. Is that triggering? I have a brain. You don't have a brain. Like that's the kind of thing I'm trying to drug up in people. But it's like, when you say that, that's a problem. When you say that kind of thing to anyone, even if they're being aggressive, that's a problem. People who are, I want to say competent, but that's it. People who are competent and confident can take criticism. They can take somebody coming at them really hard. I live in Seattle, and people around here, the community I know are, let's break it down. I've got my religious family, extended family that I've been trying to reach out to, that I actually have some kind of hope that I might break through to. A Christian family who are really good people at heart, but have problems with me as a transgender woman. But I think I can break through with communicating from a place of intelligence. And I'm sure they have problems with the things that my immediate family has regurgitated towards them as the horrible things that I've said through my executive dysfunction towards them, as they have been entirely abusive towards me. And those things are an even weighted thing. It's like the more trauma somebody puts on to me, the more I give back immediately. I don't hold anything. I have to remain a feather. And so that means being mean sometimes. Not just nice. Sometimes I'm mean. And it's beyond me. It happens, and I'm inside, and I'm being tortured. I am being tortured. I am tortured. I've been forced into this position, and no one will help me. And I am a disabled woman who needs help. And I just drove my child out of my place without even getting to see them, because I was excited to communicate that I thought that the last communications I had done to the internet would perchance bring money or help or some kind of savior situation to both me and my ex and my daughter. And there was contention that didn't make sense to me. And I gathered that it came from triggers about the way that I'm speaking about my DNA intelligence, and how I'm speaking about how that literally makes all mysticism make sense, and it triggers cisgendered women who have beliefs about their understanding of spirit and what they project. Nobody wants to think, hey, we're all a little schizophrenic. Apparently that's scary. Is that scary? You're schizophrenic if you smoked a bunch of weed and stuff. If you've seen stuff from your third eye, guess what? You're schizophrenic, dude. What does that trigger? Yep. So that's going to get people to hate me, because I'm right about things they don't want me to be right about. And it's coming from a form which is most challenging. Nobody wants to be owned by the Quang, dude. But that's what's happening, because I'm taking my space as a really fucking ingenious human being who has done something significant. I've done something very significant. I can change the way we look at schizophrenia. I can help everyone. This can be a benefit for our entire civilization, that somebody has done it from the inside out and can explain it to people and do it on their level. They don't have to use plant medicine. It's like, people are schizophrenic, and guess what? If we give them space, if we follow the things that I know we need to do for these people, if people let me prove it, we can heal people to be more like me. And guess what a healed schizophrenic person is? They're a fucking polymath, dude. Because that means instead of projecting their psyche and their that's the thing, is every person who is a reasonable shamanistic style person knows that there's truth and lie, that they're pulling stuff from a creative space, but the creative space speaks something profound. And that's always been true for me too. I would speak things and they would feel from beyond me. I believed I was channeling. I thought I was reaching up high through my crown. It's just like, people have these really clear ideas. You can put it in your butt, dude. You can be like, I feel God in my right butt cheek. And if you focused really hard, dude, you would see stuff there if you're schizophrenic, because you're projecting from your fucking body. It's your whole body. And I'm saying DNA, that's probably making people think I'm stupid, but I'm just saying I've reached a point where I'm not just, because I'm feathered, because I don't hold anything, which I cannot. That is a part of my dysfunction. I have healed, but I am dysfunctionally driven by my subconscious, and my subconscious will not accept this society that would do something like this to me for being too smart and being a trans woman and daring to have a place where I deserve to be. And knowing that the consequences which have led me into this deepest crack that make me feel like the child beneath the city of Omelis, those walls need to be broken down. And that's why I do what I do. Anyways, help a disabled woman, please. If you're not coming and telling me that you wouldn't accept a message from somebody saying that they have money for your family, I will not be mean to you. Okay. All right. See you later.